2, 3. Yes. Hi, I've got my Australians. I think you can hear me now. I'm reading the chat, Ari. I'm reading the chat. Don't you worry. Yep, you can hear me. It just takes a minute. It takes a minute. You have to be patient with me. I'm so sorry. And I do read the chat. So it's just if you were sitting on my side, you would see that this looks like spacecraft. I have so much to tell you guys, and I've been really, really sick because on my flight back from Barcelona, 2 rows back, the lady was hacking up a lung, and I caught whatever she had. So I've been like in bed recovering, and I've been taking a boatload of vitamins, so I'm okay. I wanted to do this video from Greece. I have so much to tell you guys. I feel like I've been to planet Neptune, maybe Uranus, and back again. And I'm not joking. I went out into the cosmic ethers. I have a whole page of notes that I have to share with you guys. Oh, I love that I've got my Europeans. You know why? I'm going to bed at 7 o'clock at night, and I'm waking up at 5 a.m. because I'm now on European time. But you guys, I just have so much to tell you. Thank you for all your love. And Astro Ari, I'm reading the chat here. I can see it all and talk and look at my notes and try my speaker volume. Thank you all. You guys are so sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really, really appreciate you more than you can even know. I am telling you. First of all, okay, there's like 10 things that I want to tell you, but the first thing I want to talk about is, I have to try to do this without crying. My Barcelona retreat was, to say the word magical is an understatement. To say transformative doesn't even dish it up. It is something unearthly. I wish this high was truly available to all souls. It flooded my entire body, my soul, with so much profundity. This group was so special. Every group at every retreat has crept into my heart and soul and has forever changed me. But there were a couple of little different things about this retreat that made this so incredible. So I always hope to show up and teach people astrology, and I pray that it transforms them in some way. But, and I put a lot of pressure on myself to deliver 1,000% of myself to every single student in my class. And if you've been to one of my workshops, I think you know that about me. I hope you do. But what happened is while I stepped into the magic, my students stepped into the magic tenfold. And it was a smaller group. I had 20 people sign up for the workshop, and I had 14 people show up. Yeah, 6 people did not come. And, they might even be watching, but they really missed out. I mean, there are $500 that that they spent. That what I'm saying is, you can't even pay for. There isn't even a price that you could pay to have an experience like this. I'm not bragging about me. This is the collective energy of the group that creates the transformation. I just set it up. I'm just the conduit. I'm just the radio, and they are the music that plays on the radio. And I just have to tell you that it is so priceless. I called my brother who lives in Texas, and because Jessica, my hostess, who I love, who will probably be watching this in Barcelona. She had to go teach her dance class, so she left me at the restaurant with a bottle of wine. Really bad thing to do. Not really, but I was on the beach. So I called my brother in Texas, and I just cried like a little baby. And he's like, what is going on? What happened? And I'm like, I can't believe this is my life. I cannot even believe that if you would have told me at 9 years old or 10 years old, this is what you'll be doing, I couldn't even believe it. I can't even put into words how enormous this collective as a soul tribe work is. I can't even put into words. I can't even tell you, if you weren't there, into words what happened, because it is ethereal and magical. It is literally sort of like a fairy tale space that is kind of unimaginable. Now, one of the reasons why I think this happened is because this group was tiny. And because this group, and I'm wondering if anybody on here was there, I don't think so. I think because this group was small, they could share their deepest, darkest secrets with one another. And they could trust one another to hold those secrets in a sacred space. This was kind of like a ayahuasca shamanic journey without the shaman, with the journey, but without the ayahuasca, just pretty much stone cold sober except for night. And so it was magical, I think, because of the collective vulnerability. And one person said to me, oh my God, I can't believe I'm meeting you. You know, you're such a hero of mine. And that's flattering, right? Like, oh, I'm so flattered. But that is not who I am. I am a human. I am a flawed, kind of a funny, flawed, down-to-earth human. And I said to this person, oh my gosh, we cannot do our best work if I'm your hero. Because if I'm your hero, I won't be good. I'll have stage fright. I'll be scared to make a mistake, right? And what I found, and this is one thing that I really want you guys to know, is like how I couldn't get the audio to work. And the lady says, you know, God, I hate people who don't read the comments. What I found with this community in Barcelona, and with this community, you listening to me, is that it actually is in the human flaws, the human gaffes, the humanness, the human mistakes, the human trip-ups, where we find the most succulent truths, where we bear our insecurities, where we reveal our scars and our fears, and this is where we grow. So, if you come to one of my retreats, oh, thank you, Armando. If you come to one of my retreats, I want you to be willing to get vulnerable and also to be a sacred, safe space for another person. It's harder to do in a bigger group, but the work is so magical. I can't even begin to put into words. My words are so limited. So I want to tell you that, Rhonda, hi, my most beautiful astrologist in the world. You have saved my life this year. Thank you. You guys, you kind of have saved mine too. My students were such a gift to me. I went there kind of kicking and screaming. It was really hard to get out the door because I thought my dad and my cat were going to die while I was gone. By the way, neither one of them died. My daughter's struggling, at university, as any 18-year-old girl would with that kind of transition. and to shut down my whole house, to shut down my YouTube, to not be with you here online, to not be able to do, you know, it was really, really tough. And I did it. And, you know, what's so funny is it turned out to be, I don't know, one of the top moments of my life. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And so my students have saved me too. My chart is pockmarked and riddled with difficulty right now, including my second Saturn return. So I'm redefining parts of my life and who I am in the world. And yeah, I'm really stepping into a new me because it's Saturn return. So anyways, oh, there's Sandy. Sandy was at the retreat. And Sandy, you know, without saying much, Sandy was an enormous gift to the students in Barcelona, and she was an enormous gift to me too. And her personal stories really moved us to the core. And so I really love you, Sandy, and I love your contributions. And it was really, really spectacular. So you guys, I am going to have another European retreat next fall if you want to come and you want to save up. But I'm thinking of moving the destination from Barcelona to a different location. But I'll tell you more about that later. We have a year to save up for that. But I do want you to know that if you live in Europe, you'll get that chance. Your videos help me as well through understanding myself in more depth. Oh. So one of the things I wanted to say is that on November 1st, which is in 2 days, I'm going to put my May Seattle workshop and retreat on sale so you can get your ticket. But I wanted to tell you what I'm going to teach, because I'm going to teach something. I'm going to have a curriculum that is so out of this world. It's going to absolutely blow your mind. So I wanted to tell you about it. So on November 1st, you can go to shopsoulnavigation.com and you can do a payment plan if you want. You can pay $100 a month or whatever. Yeah, I think it did end up being a good thing that I had a smaller, more intimate group in Barcelona, especially because I don't know my way around so much. But let me tell you about Seattle. So Seattle is going to happen May 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. And on the 15th, we're going to just do a little meet and greet in the evening and have wine tasting together. And then you guys are not going to believe this, but the guy who rents the space to me, his name is Frank. I love him. He has renovated his space. I don't know if this is true or not, but he said, just for me. I'm like, what? He said, your group inspired me to renovate the space. And so he's putting in a 4th monitor and he's putting in better seating. I don't know. It's like, Frank, I love you. So it's going to be at the same place on the waterfront. Gorgeous. By the way, Seattle has an $80 million waterfront project that they just completed. So all the construction is gone and you can literally walk the whole entire waterfront, and they have music and they have restaurants and it is gorgeous. Yeah, all at the same place, everything at the same place. But I want to tell you what the curriculum is, because I just created this curriculum last night. And I wanted to be moved. I wanted to be stirred. I wanted to teach something that I could just talk about from the heart. So, you ready? The first thing on Friday, this is the title of my class. You aren't even ready for this. You might not even know what it means, but just roll with me. Understanding, I'm reading it. Understanding your astrological inheritance and family tree. Generational patterns, astro-family themes, and debts paid forward. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring your grandparents' birthdays, so their birth charts, even if you don't have their birth time, it does not matter. It does not matter. It does not matter. You're going to bring your grandparents. You're going to bring your parents, all of them, stepfather, stepmother, mother, father. You're going to bring your siblings. And if you have a husband or a wife or a partner, and then you're going to bring your children's charts, and we're going to build your astrological karmic family tree. We're going to look at the DNA of your entire family. Now, what you're going to see is patterns and themes that you inherited from your grandparents. And you're going to see that your child and your grandmother are like exactly the same person, and et cetera, et cetera. And it is going to blow your friggin' mind. You're going to see that you and your brother had the same exact mother, and you're going to see how he experiences her and how you experience her and how it's a totally different person. It's amazing. This is so good. Well, Benny 777, you can come to the European one that I do in the fall. The next thing that I'm going to teach on the Saturday is golden linkages. And this is soulmate markers. There's a super romantic link in your charts. So this is synastry, you and a partner. There is soulmate linkages, there's golden linkages, there's a Cinderella linkage, there's a super romantic, there's a trust linkage. And this is not evolutionary astrology. This is a different kind of astrology that I'm going to teach you, and it is so cool. So you would bring yours and a partner's or an ex-partner who you're still curious about. Then, this is so exciting. I asked Connie Joe, who works here at Soul Navigation as a reader. Maybe you guys know her. I asked her if she would like to teach a little bit. So she's going to teach a class at lunch. So you're going to have lunchtime learning with Connie Joe. And I have to charge a tiny bit extra just so she can get paid, just $20 extra. But she's going to teach all the asteroids in love for an hour while you have lunch with her. And she's going to teach asteroids in love and synastry. And she's going to teach about Juno, Vesta, Pallas, and Ceres, which are absolutely amazing. We have an asteroid report in the shop if you want to learn a little bit about your asteroids before you take her class. And she's really excited to do it. Then, are you ready for the last day? You're not even ready. You guys are not even ready. I am so stoked to do this workshop. Is the agony and ecstasy of your chart. So this is connecting you to your chart more intimately and deeply. So Jessica, my hostess in Barcelona, she said, Mary, I, not to be arrogant, but I kind of know what's so great about my chart. I already kind of know. But I need to know what my challenges are. Like I said, oh, like the agonizing parts? And she said, yeah. And I go, so you already know the ecstasy of your chart, right? She goes, well, kind of. And I'm like, oh my God, what if I taught a whole class on finding the agony and ecstasy of your own chart? I could do that in my sleep. Aw, thank you so much for all the sweet comments. I really appreciate it. So that's going to be my thing. Now, I want to tell you a couple other fun things. I'm planning a super fun night out on the town for us on Saturday night. And on Sunday, we're going to have our karaoke dance party. You don't have to dance or karaoke to come to it, but drink the free wine and eat the free snacks. And that will be our goodbye party. But on Friday night, I'm going to have a members-only exclusive dinner with me because I really value my members. And I want to say thank you so much for supporting me. I can't even begin to tell you, because without you being a super supporter for $2.99 or a superstar super supporter, I wouldn't be able to even bring you any video because I would have to be grinding it out, doing more readings one-on-one, which I love, but I would have to do way more of those and I wouldn't have time to break away to do this. And so you really are the ones that make this channel, rock and roll. And so I'm so grateful. So my way of saying thank you is to, no, not a barbecue at my house, but we're going to go somewhere special. And so if you're a member, you'll be invited to that Friday night dinner. And then Thursday is our happy hour meet and greet. So anyways, that's the lineup. And that is going to be phenomenal. So that goes on sale on November 1st. So I will tell you, this event in Seattle does sell out. So if you do want a ticket, you should go get one. And you can, like I said, do a payment plan. But I also want to tell you a couple more little things. Okay, I've got big things to tell you. Oh, Armando, you better get your butt there. It's been how many years now that I've known you and I haven't gotten to have a hug? Anyways. Is there a wait list? No, because it's on sale, Sandy, in 2 days. So Sandy, grab your ticket. You better get your buns there too. Anyways, you guys, so I want to tell you a couple more little things, okay, that are really important. Well, I want to tell you some cultural things too that I learned along the way. A vintage traveling coach, we know you're there. Yeah. You are a founding member. You have to come. I so love it. Thank you, Daniel. I really appreciate you. He says my videos saved him and he's a Scorpio rising. I have to giggle because if I can save a Scorpio rising, I'm one fabulous human. That is a daunting task. I mean, I have to laugh because I'm not a Marine and I haven't had to carry a dead body yet, except an animal. Do you know the ticket limit for Seattle? It'll be about the same. It's about 50 people at the most. Amaru Healing, good morning from Australia. Your teachings have changed my life. So very grateful and happy to be. Thank you for being a member. And I'm so glad my work has found people around the world. It's really kind of shell-shocking, I love Australians. I've never met an Australian that I didn't like. I've never met a Canadian that I didn't like. I don't know. Nicest people in the world. Okay, so let me keep telling you guys. November 10th. If you're a member, and it's not too late to join, you can just click the join button for $2.99. It's not very much money, and it's for a good cause. But if you're a member, you get to come to my members only virtual party on November 10th. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to read your charts. So you're going to learn how to do deeper astrology by reading other people's charts. And let me tell you something. This is a giant secret. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. I even rarely look at my own chart now because I'm reading other people's charts all day long and I'm exhausted. I know my placements and I know the transits, so I'm doing my chart in my head all the time, but I do not learn my biggest lessons by my own chart. I learn astrology by reading your chart. You know why? There's more on the line. I can't be wrong if I'm reading your chart. I don't want to be wrong. I can be wrong with me. No, that's not that right. With you, I can't be wrong. One, you're paying me. And two, I have a bigger conscience for other people than I do myself. Why? I don't know. I think it's called being a human. But if you really want to learn deep astrology, come to my virtual party. If you're a member, if you're a super supporter, it's totally free for you. If you're a super supporter, it's like $5. So it's nothing. But anyways, come and watch me read the charts. And what am I going to read about? Well, I'm going to answer your question. So if you're like, I don't understand my south node on my Neptune, well, I'll talk to you about it. But what I really want to do is I want to show you this Pluto Mars opposition in your chart. This Pluto Mars opposition, tell me, just write yes or no. Have you seen the Pluto Mars opposition, like the blow up of videos on it on YouTube, like Pluto Mars, Pluto Mars, Pluto Mars, Pluto Mars everywhere? It's all over. It's all over YouTube. And some of the videos are not that good. Some are great and some are not that good. And anybody who's like, oh, it's no big deal, it just means you're going to have a little bit of a rocky road. That's a lie. It is a BFD. It is huge. Our world is completely flipped upside down and inside out. And I mean, I don't know if you guys feel it, but we have like 2 wars going on right now. You know, I know we're not walking around, you know, really with Ukraine or Gaza in our hearts every single moment of the day, because we're just shopping at Costco. Not all of you, I know you foreigners are way better than us, but it's not in our face. So this is huge. This is so big. So, yeah, they're both featured everywhere. Yep. Yeah, same thing. Pluto and Aquarius videos. Yes. Okay. I'm registered, Ariel. I'm registered to go as a superstar. Woo. No, don't send me your birth info, because we tried that before and it just doesn't work. I can't do it all. So I'll just draw names and I'm going to just type it in as we go. Tractor driver. I have somebody named Tractor Driver interested in astrology. I love it. Makes me so excited. And Tractor Driver knows that they have a Mars in the 12th house and the Pluto in the 6th house and a progressed moon at Aquarius 1 degree. Tractor Driver is a with it astrologer. Where does Tractor Driver live? Are you like in the corn husks of Iowa? Okay, so on November 10th, so you have to go to shopsoulnavigation.com and just go to click on charts and reports or click on tickets and events, and you'll see you have to buy a ticket, even a free ticket. So if you're a superstar, super supporter, and you get to go for free, you still have to buy the ticket because you have to get on the list so Lydia can send you the Zoom link, because I only have room for 200 people because my Zoom maxes out then. Sparkle Mint, welcome. So I'm going to really talk a lot about that Pluto Mars opposition in your chart and how it's going to affect you. And it's a really big deal. Tractor Driver lives in Sacramento. I don't know if Tractor Driver is really driving a tractor in Sacramento. Do you drive a tractor in Sacramento? By the way, I have to tell you just a cute like sidebar story. So Jessica lives in this little beach town called Seiches. I don't know if you guys are like looking at my posts on my YouTube video, but if you go to the community tab, I always post pictures and that's where I make all my announcements. Well, she lives in this most adorable little beach town. She has this little flat, so cute. And I just did some R&R there. That's where she left me with the bottle of wine while she went to dance class. And I went shopping and I found this fabulous store and it's called the 4 Elements. Okay, it was in Spanish. So how do you say the 4 elements? I think it's like elementos or something. And I was like, what does that mean? And he's like, the 4 elements. And I'm like, earth, water, fire, like that. And he's like, yes. I'm like, oh my God, I'm supposed to be here. So I bought these really gorgeous earrings and I thought they were perfect for Halloween. It's purple. Aren't these cute? And they're all handmade. Yeah. Giant. I thought they were perfect for Halloween. Zoom for what? For my virtual party on November 10th at 11 a.m. Pacific time, right after my Sunday video. And so you have to go to Shop Soul Navigation. You have to buy a ticket if you want to come. Armando, did you get your ticket? Oh, Cuatro Elementos. Yeah, that's what it was called. I love that little place. Hi, Kim. Okay, so the next thing that I want to tell you is this Sunday's video is so important. You do not want to miss this Sunday's video for every single sun sign, okay? And I'm going to tell you, I used to give this information away only to my members, and I used to give it as a perk only to my members, but I couldn't keep up with the emails. I couldn't keep up. This is before I had an assistant. Lydia, by the way, if you write to her at teamsoulnavigation.com, please tell her how wonderful she is, because she is my sanity. I love that woman so much. So teamsoulnavigation@gmail.com. You can write to Lydia and you can just tell her you are a rock star. Throw her some love, because she is doing like the admin work behind all of this. And thank God for her. She has a Virgo moon. Yeah. Everybody needs a Virgo in their life. You got to have Virgo something. Virgo something. Rising, moon, sun, Jupiter, give it to me. And Carly, who does my editing, she is Virgo Jupiter. So anyways, what I wanted to say is this Sunday's video at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, I wanted to give you guys a heads up, is me giving you your dynamite day for the whole next year. So there's only one day of the year that is your most powerful manifestation day, and it's not based on your sun sign. So come and learn what day your dynamite day is and manifest on that day. It's really, really, really important. So, and you're going to want to manifest on your dynamite day, because we are in for a little bit of a rocky road. And I'm going to tell you how to manifest, what the day is, what it means, how to do it, all that. So don't miss that video. If you can't be there at 9:30 a.m. this Sunday, and that is on November 3rd. If you can't be there, just rewatch it so you can get your day. I'm out of breath because this thing has like moved into my chest now. Okay, I wanted to also say that one of the things that's happening right now, as you've already noticed, is this Mars is opposing Pluto. Now, on November 5th, do you guys all know what November 5th is? I don't know if in Australia and Sweden, if you guys know. But it's election day in the United States. And we're not going to have results probably on the 5th. It's probably going to take a little bit of time. Yeah, Benny777. Where are you from, Benny? You know. Yeah, it's election day. So what happens is Mars moves into 0 degrees Leo. And what also happens is Pluto stays at 29 degrees Capricorn, but it's still in an opposition. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm not going to talk too deeply about the election because I don't want to polarize. And please don't write any comments about your preferences. I'm very deliberate about this because, yes, I already have my predictions. I already know what I believe in. I have all of that. But I don't really want to bring that into this. But what I do want to bring into this is you can choose either party, but one party represents Mars and one party represents Pluto. And it's an opposition. And so that is what we are seeing. Now, it does not matter. Don't write in here who's right and who's wrong, okay? But what I'm telling you is that's what this Pluto-Mars opposition, I believe, is truly about at the collective level. And the reason why I say that is because I think that this election, and I'm not trying to be like self-centered or America is all that and a bag of chips, because I actually travel enough to know that we're really not. But it will affect the entire world indirectly. Morgan is right. Pluto is subconscious desires and Mars is conscious desires. And more than that, Pluto is subconscious wounds and wounding, and Mars is conscious wounds and wounding. So one is openly combative and the other is psychologically combative. One is the psychological warfare and the other is just the warfare. So you can figure out in your own head without commenting what you think is so. But that is what we're seeing. And that's what we will experience. And there will be a fallout and there will be an aftermath. And we're going to see this happen. And with Mars moving into Leo on the 5th, sorry, and war over beliefs and traditions. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for talking about it. So, philosophically, I really appreciate you guys not getting into the fodder. But what I want to say is we're going to see this Mars opposing Pluto in the collective, probably even more so than you will see it in your own life. Now, it will still show up in your own life because Mars is a personal planet. But you're going to have to deal with it on a collective level. Now, if you live in Greece, where I just came from, I want to talk to you about some of the things that I experienced while being an American abroad. But I do want you to prepare. So I got invited to go to a victory party for one of the candidates that I love, local candidates here in Washington State, and she invited me to her husband's victory party on election night. But it would also be a victory party for, for the president-elect of the United States and Senate and House and all that, too. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got invited to the victory party. I can't wait to go because I know my person's going to win here in Washington State. And I want to go support him. And the wife is my friend. And it's at the brewery down the street, right? And I'm like, I want to go. And my husband is like, hell no, we are not leaving this house. Meredith, we are not going anywhere. You're not leaving the living room. You get that, right? And I'm like, come on. We live in Washington State. It's like, no big deal. He's like, no. I'm like, now I'm not allowed to go anywhere? I'll convince him. Don't worry, we're going. Anyways, it was a cute minute. But it's tense, right? It's really silly. Meredith's got Scorpio vibes today. I've got Scorpio vibes every day. Ask the people that live with me. Yeah, we're going to go. I'll get him there. He's Aquarius. He'll do it. Theodora Mastoridou. Yay, Greek here. Oh, where do you live? Are you in Athens? I should have come and had a drink with you. Okay, I want to tell you guys a little bit. So anyways, get ready, take care of yourself. Know that other people are going to be weird. I know it's not going to be you. Look how decent you are in my chat. Like, you are truly decent human beings. This is why I want to cry. Like, my community, I have to say, it's like 100 people here in the middle of the day, just in my little live chat with me right now. And you guys are just like truly decent human beings. Now, watch in the comments after this video is posted, we'll get a couple little weird things. But this community is so filled with love, and I'm just so honored. It is so rare. And if you guys see some nasty comments, I probably haven't seen them. But if you have seen them, it's really rare. It's just not that common. I got a couple nasties on my P. Diddy video. Did you guys watch my P. Diddy video? God, he's a sick man. I got a couple nasties on that. But think about that for a minute. I'm talking about like the lowest bar for a human that's possible. I'm talking about a monstrosity. I'm talking about gruesomeness, right? Of course, I'm going to attract negative, nasty comments. Someone called me a racist on that video. I'm like, what? What? Because I don't condone what he did. Anyways, this group is so kind, and I really, really, really appreciate you. I'm reading the comments. So what I wanted to say is when I was in Barcelona and in Greece, this is very different than the United States, at least the places that I've traveled, which is every single state with the exception of Alaska. Can you believe I live this close to Alaska? It's the only state I have never been to. I've been to every single state. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm well-traveled. But thank you, Allie. One of the things I wanted to say is that pretty much everywhere you go in the US, you can find a television playing. And in the airports, they play news and weather, and at the gym, they oftentimes play news. Now, not so much because it's so close to the election, but in every single bar or pub, there is a television on. Everywhere you go. And Americans, if you can all agree with me, so my foreigners know that it's not just my experience. It's everywhere you go. You will bump into news or a game or some sort, a television on. Pretty much everywhere you go, it's in your face. However, when I went to Spain and I went to Greece, first of all, there's no news anywhere. There's no news in any public place. Second of all, there's no American news anywhere. I mean, you get in your hotel room, you get to watch like CNN International or the BBC. So it's filtered through kind of like Britain's perspective of the United States, which is definitely a big filter. So okay, Kim said, I agree, everywhere. Yeah, it's everywhere. I mean, if I go down to the pub right now at 1:30 in the afternoon, there's going to be 12 TVs on at the pub down the street. Yeah, fire spirit, it is a good thing. And so what happened is that you can truly unplug in Europe in a way that you cannot unplug in the United States, and especially because we are on a tight wire right now, a tightrope. We're literally walking a tightrope right now, and every single person feels it. Let me tell you something, again, not to get into the weeds, because the Europeans did not answer my questions with specifics, but the people that I felt safe talking to, my driver, that sounds like I'm rich and fancy, I'm not, but the guy that we hired to drive us during the wine tasting, and the driver for the airport, and I don't know, a couple others, like probably 15 people I asked the question to. And all I said was, are you worried about are you worried about your, how did I say it? Are you worried about us living in the United States? Every single person, I only asked foreigners that, every single person, literally eyes wide open, clutched their heart and said, oh my God, yes, I'm so worried. I'm so worried. Now, nobody dared say anything to me first. But when I asked, they literally clutched their hearts. I felt so loved. And I, even at the swimming pool, sat next to some people from Nigeria, and they answered that way. And then another day at the pool in Greece, I sat next to Canadians above Toronto, and they felt that. And then I also met Britons from Brighton, and they were scared out of their minds for us. And I met an Australian couple, and I met more Canadians, and then I met all locals. And the Argentinians, I love them. Oh my God, they are so fun. Anybody from Argentina here? Oh my God, they were my most fun people in Barcelona. Tons of Argentinians in Barcelona. They created the dance party in the art studio. Did you guys watch my shorts? It was so fun. Anyways, Yeah, Lorna's adventure after 50. She's been abroad for 6 months and now back in the USA is kind of a culture shock with the narratives in TV shows and the news. I agree on that. Yeah. Yeah. Lorelei says, all my family is from Nigeria. Very true. They are very worried about us in the United States. You know, I took it as a big, giant hug. And I really liked that they cared. I also liked that they were polite. I also liked that they did not like openly spew hateful things at me. They didn't know what my position was unless I revealed it to them. But they didn't assume it also. And they stayed very kind, very loving, very caring. It felt like I was kind of like wrapped up in a big burrito blanket. It was really, really lovely. And if I would ask, maybe not my neighbors, but if I was to go 3 towns over and ask a neighbor, they'd probably start spewing some hateful thing. And I don't want you guys to do that right now. But reverse culture shock is a real thing. Yeah, it's true. It's really true. So I just found a compassion and I found a love. And I also will tell you that not everybody hates Americans. You know, I found that they all really loved us being there. So I don't know if you guys read the news, but I had a couple people sign up for my Barcelona workshop and then back out because Barcelona in the summer was shooting water guns at tourists because the tourists infiltrated the streets of Barcelona and didn't want the tourists there. So a couple people were like, I don't want to go where I'm not wanted. Well, that was clearly not the case in October. And it was not the case. They absolutely loved us being there. They embraced us with giant hugs and mwah, 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 absolutely loved us, bent over backwards to accommodate us, gave us great seats at the flamenco show. I hope you guys watched my shorts on the Barcelona time that we had. It was just heartwarming. And then when I got to Greece, I realized I had traveled now this is my 4th time to Spain, and it's my 2nd time to Greece. But wow, those 2 cultures are very, 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 very different. Like so different. I thought, oh, it's Southern Europe. They're going to be both the same so much. No, no. First of all, Barcelona is a Saturnian city. I mean, the buildings are built with limestone, like the pyramids, like 3 feet by 4 feet limestone stones to make a building. And I would say Barcelona is very buttoned up, like super buttoned up, and has like more boundaries and rules, restrictions. And Greece is literally unbuttoned, and they're very, very American-like. I felt like Greece was like looking in a mirror, because I'll tell you why. The Greeks are looking for a smile. And I walk through the streets with a smile. I am 4 years old when I travel. Like, wee, look at that, ah, la. Like, I'm just so excited about everything. And the Greeks are looking for a smile. They want a reason to smile. And the Spaniards are more stoic. And if you're smiling too much, they're kind of cynical, like what's going on? Would New York City be a Saturnian city? I don't think so, Benny. Mm-mm. You can do anything you want in New York City. You can do anything you want. You can find any loophole. I mean, it's rough, it's gruff, but you cannot do anything. You guys, I got in so much trouble. My Jupiter in the Saturnian city got in trouble everywhere I went. We were dancing in the streets. One of my students was drinking a bottle of champagne in the street outside of the art gallery where my DJ Nocturna, look for her on Instagram. She's amazing. She's from Hawaii. She is a professional DJ. Well, at this art gallery, they had a little DJ booth. So I brought all my students over there. We all bought beautiful artwork. I bought a Sagittarius piece of art. Wait till you guys see it. Wait till you guys see it. It's so amazing. Anyways, she DJ'd the music while we danced in the street. I have two of my students that are Irish dancers. So they were doing Irish dancers. We met wild Brits while my Portuguese student is drinking the champagne, giving everybody a drink. And we got water poured on our heads. God. Oh my God. And the Argentinians who run the art store, she was like, that was the polite way to say, shut the fuck up. I love them. I love them so much. It was so fun. And then, of course, I got in trouble for talking during the flamenco show and using my flash by accident. And I wanted to all sit at one table in this one restaurant. No. No. We don't have space for that. You're not allowed to do that. No. Believe me, in New York, we'd figure out a way. But this is the coolest thing. Do you know, we went to this restaurant in a cave in Barcelona. Are you ready for this? No, you're not. We went to this restaurant, and I wish they had a place like this. I would go there all the time. They did this. Are you ready for this? They only hire deaf waiters and waitresses. Yeah. You have to learn the sign language of the meals you want. They make the customer stretch. Is that not the coolest thing in the world? Why are we not hiring deaf waiters? Why? Why are we not doing that? What the hell? So I love that. And I loved Barcelona for 1,000 reasons, but I did step in it all the time. I was unbuttoned when I should have been buttoned. I was out of bounds. I was too loud, too big. I was looking for a coffee at 7:30 in the morning. There is nothing available. Nothing. There's not even a pulse in the city until 9 a.m. and more likely 11. I'm like, what the hell? So they party literally all night and they sleep in all day. So it was fascinating. Thank you guys so much. I want to tell you, I got to go because I have a reading to do in 2 minutes and my phone is going to ring. But I want to tell you just a couple of things. So I think if you've been following me closely, that you know about my kitty cat, Aurora, and I had to put her on chemotherapy because they found a tumor, and the tumor is in a precarious place that you can't operate on. It's on her urethra, and it can end up blocking the little hole where she urinates from. And I had to hire a lady to take care of her, and I had a hard time finding someone. But I literally found a fairy godmother for cats. I don't even know how the hell it happened. I think literally God sent her down, and she saved my cat, and she gave my cat her chemotherapy every day. But when I came back, my cat was emaciated, you guys, just emaciated because the chemotherapy makes her not want to eat. I can feel every single vertebrae on her spine. And she lost 3 pounds, and she only weighs 8 pounds now. And, she used to weigh closer to 15. So she's emaciated, but I took her into the vet the day that I got back, sick as a dog. I know, it's so sad. And I just cannot lose my kitty because I'm telling you right now, she is the best human being on this planet. She is so cool. Look, my client's calling me, so I have to go. But I just want to tell you guys this news. That little fairy godmother that I entrusted with my cat so I could go to Barcelona, that's why I was like kicking and screaming going, and then it turned out to be magical. She saved my cat's life. I just took her into the vet, and the tumor has shrunk from, I wrote it down. Like, it's unbelievable. Listen to this. It shrunk from 4.6 to 1.6. Can you believe that? She has 2 tumors. The other one was 3.9 and it shrunk to 3.7. So that one's being held at bay. But she's like, I don't think you have a year, but I know you have months. So, there are miracles. And one thing I want to tell you is that I have that Pluto opposing Mars squaring my moon. And I am the mama, right? This is my little baby. And I want to tell you that you can change outcomes. We have modern medicine. We have modern psychologists. We have modern tools. We're not cavemen. We're not living in the caveman days. Self-awareness and resources that we have available to us today can change outcomes. So I feel really, really, really grateful. I am so full of gratitude. So one last thing I just want to show you. It's not real, okay? But my husband splurged and he bought me this beautiful rock. Look at this. I don't have my nails done, but look at this ring that he bought me in Santorini. I know, it's crystals, so don't worry. It's not diamonds. We're not that rich. This is my wedding ring, but look at this rock. It's so beautiful. I have to go do my nails. Today is Halloween. Hold on. And we have an outrageous neighborhood for trick-or-treaters. So I've got my little hat, and I'm ready to go. How is it? I can't wait for those little kids to come get their candy bars. I'm all ready. Okay, I got to go to my client now. I love you all. I'll see you in Seattle. I can't wait. That's May 15, 16, 17, 18. So get your tickets on the 1st, and I'll see you this Sunday. And then all the members, I'll see you on the 10th of November. Bye, you guys. I love you. Bye. I got to go.